Hi. In this video, we'll learn about different types of bonds and how the bonding is done. So, the atom bonding. What is an atom bonding? It's the tendency of an electron to attain noble gas electronic configuration. What does that mean? Noble gases. What do we have? Noble gases. We have neon, argon, krypton. So, if you go to the periodic table, you can take a look at it. So you can find all the noble gas elements on the right side corner. We take a look at it and get to know what are the noble gases, and we'll see why. Um, Most importantly, these noble gases are so stable that they cannot react with any other atoms. Um, so all the atoms that are not stable, that are towards the left side of the noble gas element atoms, so they all tend to be like this type of this stable uh, with this stable electronic configuration, so that uh, they can attain stability. So what is an octet role? So the atoms will have atoms will have filled electron shells. When they are full, when the electron shells are all full, when they're all full, that means they are very stable and they don't need to react with any other atoms. Okay. So what is bonding? So valence electrons participate in bonding. Let's take a quick example of carbon. So carbon has atomic number of 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can see 2 electrons in each, so forming 6. But how does it attain 4 bonds, like 4 bonds? This is more stable, right? This is what mostly exists in the organic molecules and things like that. So let's see how this has got attained 4 bonds. So this is 1s2, and then 2s2 will let go one of its electrons to go to 2p orbitals. So 1s2 becomes 1, and then this is 2px, this is 2py, and this is 2pz. So this is 1 electron, 2 electrons, 3 electrons, and 4 electrons. So there are 4 valence electrons that will help the carbon form 4 bonds. And there are 2 different types of bonding. One is ionic bonding, the other one is covalent bonding. The only difference that you need to remember is ionic bonding. In ionic bonding, electrons are not shared between atoms. And what is covalent bonding? Electrons are shared between the atoms. This is the main difference. And we'll see the examples of ionic bonding. If you take an ionic bonding example, we have sodium here and chlorine here, and we have electrons. These are electrons in the valence shell. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 valence electrons. And here we have 7 valence electrons. So what does it do is sodium is closer to neon electronic configuration. Helium and neon configuration. Neon is one of the inert gases or noble gases, and chlorine is closest to argon argon noble gas. Argon noble gas. So what happens is sodium has 11 electrons and neon has 10 electrons. Sodium has 11 atomic number and neon has 10 atomic number. So what it does is, so let me give away 1 electron so that I can pretend to be like a neon. And then it gives away one of the electrons. It gives away one of the electrons. We previously saw that if you give away one of the electrons, then it becomes a positive sign, a cation. It gives away one of the electrons, and chlorine is 1 atom short of argon, noble gas. So it says, okay, let me take that 1 electron. Let me take that 1 electron. And it accepts that 1 electron from sodium. Okay, and then it becomes negative charged. So sodium has positive charge and chlorine has negative charge, and we have to consider electronegativity of the atoms. So if the atoms are being given away, then um, chlorine tends to hold most of the electron or all of the electron. So here the electrons are not being shared. Sodium is giving away its electron to chlorine. And next, let's take a look at a covalent bond. In covalent bond, electrons are being shared. Let's take two hydrogen atoms. Each hydrogen atom has one electron, and what it does is both the electrons come together to form a bond like this, to form a bond like this. So there is one electron here and there is one electron here. So both of them are sharing the electrons. So this is called covalent bonding. And what is the electronegativity of the atom? Electronegativity is nothing but the tendency of an atom to attract shared electrons towards itself. Let's say, for example, we have sodium and chlorine. So chlorine electronegativity is high, and the difference between the electronegativity of sodium and chlorine is also high. In the next table, you can see that in the next table, you can see that if the electronegative difference of an atom is high, then it is an ionic bond. So the electronegativity of sodium and chlorine is pretty high, so it's an ionic bond. And if the electronegative difference is between 2 and 5, 0 and 2, between 0 and 2, that means it's a polar covalent bond. It's a polar covalent. And if it is 0, like hydrogen and hydrogen, because they are equally pulled towards each other, they both are same elements, then it is purely covalent. The highest electronegativity atom is the fluorine, and you can see that these are the signs that I use to say that electronegativity is increasing with an up arrow and decreasing with a down arrow. So this is how you can determine like what's ionic bond, like what's a covalent bond, and how the electronegativity difference causes the bonding of the atoms to form ionic bonds or like to form covalent bonds. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed for more videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.